So anyways, Cluj is a way better DPS than Super.
So the Netherlands just beat the Danish 2-0.
Man. And Hydron's Winston. It's way better than that fraud Fearless.
So the Spanish have qualified by doing absolutely nothing.
Vamos, somos los mejores. Ooh! Anyways, who even needs Dante? Ultraviolet's Doom is way better.
So the British have claimed first seed after conquering most of Europe. It easy, innit?
Oh, come on. Ugh. Whatever. We'll just beat him like it's 1776.
Greetings one and all, and welcome to Overwatch This Week, your one-stop shop for all the Overwatch news of the week. So, what's been happening this week? Well, first of all, happy 4th of July, my American brethren! You might be wondering why a Brit would be saying that, given its independence from us that you're celebrating, but frankly, I think we got even during 1812, and then again during the 2018 Overwatch World Cup. But I digress. In celebration, Blizzard have made the legendary Sprinkles May skin free to everyone to claim and keep. I also heard that this patch changed something about Midtown? I don't know, I can't really see the difference. Oh, wait, there it is. They've added Craggy, figuring out how to apply for a Korean visa. In terms of news from the dev team, there was lots, so I'll be going through all of it now. Starting with the obvious, yes, there will be no more PvE after Invasion until 2024. In an interview with Emong, Jared Noose, who seems to have been given the hardest job at Blizzard, stated that the reason for this would be to implement feedback received after the first round of PvE in order to change or add new features to make the experience overall more enjoyable. However, this won't turn into the great content drought that we all had to suffer through, as there is apparently, quote-unquote, lots of stuff in the works. Like the new animated series Genesis, which we now have, apparently? The first episode is gonna release literally today, so let us know your thoughts about it in the comments section down below. Aaron Keller also released his new director's take, detailing the general outline of how the upcoming new mode Flashpoint is set up, and a general idea of the balance changes we'll be receiving for the mid-season patch. These include buffs to Rhine and Orisa to help them be more present in the frontline, tweaks to Symmetra and Torbjorn to try and shift the focus of their value away from their turrets, an adjustment to Sojourn to make her primary fire easier to control, a Discord nerf for the tank mains out there, and, quote, several others, unquote. Whatever that means.
And now it's time for the wackiest part of your week. Whims, woes, or whimsy.
No!
Thank you for watching Whims, Woes, or Whimsy.
And now it's time for the World Cup, and I'm gonna be completely honest, 90% of the games this week were 2-0s and didn't actually count towards anything except national pride, so let's just cover the matches that mattered for qualification. In Americas, Group A was very easy to predict besides third. Of course, the USA and Canada took the first and second seed, but third ended up being a battle between Puerto Rico and Mexico for that all-important third seed. It came down to a final match day between the two of them that Mexico clutched out in a 2-1 fashion to secure the final spot for BlizzCon. Over in APAC A, Hong Kong finally claimed their third spot behind South Korea and Japan by beating Chinese Taipei 2-0. And in APAC Group B, Thailand beat India 2-1 to beat them to the final BlizzCon spot available from that group. Over in the Europe qualifiers, Group B was relatively decisive, with Saudi Arabia and Finland maintaining their top two spots all the way through to the end of the group. Norway will be disappointed that Group B only had 2 BlizzCon spots, as even with a 5-2 record, they will be staying home. And finally, onto the Group A shenanigans, as there were a lot of them. First up, Spain defeated Denmark, sending the whole top 3 into absolute shambles, and to make it even more chaotic, they went on to defeat France also, which really made things interesting. Great Britain beat Spain the next day and Denmark won, also setting us up for a very interesting day. Assuming Denmark and Spain both win their relatively easy games versus the Netherlands and Portugal respectively, then Great Britain versus France would decide which of the two would make it to BlizzCon. On this day, the Spanish began drinking huge amounts of tea and ordering fish and chips, and the Danes caused a national shortage of croissants and baguettes, as both fan bases knew who they had to root for. Of course, all of this relied on both teams completing the easy first step of winning their own games, but with the quality of these two teams and the opponents they were facing, there's absolutely no way that was going to happen. Denmark lost 2-0 to the Netherlands and were subsequently knocked out of the World Cup, meaning Spain were through. Denmark were subsequently clowned upon for choking, and to make the whole situation a little bit more comical, the Great Britain versus France game that would have originally decided if Denmark or Spain got third seed, now decided if France or Spain got third seed. With Great Britain winning, Spain took second seed after doing literally nothing. I mean, beating Portugal is essentially nothing. I mean, they didn't even win a map. This concluding our World Cup coverage for now, with finals happening in BlizzCon in November. Now, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Our news! Firstly, Marvel was confirmed as a Glads player. It got announced literally as we posted last week's video, unfortunately for us. Dante also confirmed his retirement and immediately went to touch grass and failed miserably. Striker also changed custody this week. Well, he's rumoured to have done so. Well, rumour. It might not be true, but let's be honest, we wouldn't be surprised if it happens, considering what's happened in the past, but all we can for now say is that Striker has been released from the Boston Uprising again. In other news, the Summer Opens have started already in APAC, as the top contenders teams fight for their chance to play versus OWL teams. The game's already kicked off yesterday, but we'll cover them next week, as we want to cover the brackets in full.
And now for a blast from the past, Tuesday Newsday.
For Newsday this week, we once again have no news. So instead, let's all look at this picture of baby Hella.
That's all for Tuesday Newsday, folks.
And now it's time for Clips of the Week, where you guys send in your clips in the A51 Clips channel and we feature the best ones. We are lacking for clips in the Honorable Mentions category, so straight on to the top 3. In third, we have Crabby with a Chad-like Tracer diff.
Let's try something else.
In second, we have Proxy with a clean grav.
I'm going.
The payload sets out on its course.
And in first, we have Geo with an anime-esque high noon. And that does it for Overwatch this week. What are your thoughts on the animated short? Let us know down below, and in the meantime, be sure to hit the subscribe button and slap a like on this video. You can also check out our Arena 51 socials down below. That was all from me, Funky, and your editor Crabby, and we'll see you all next week.